Mhm. There is supposed to be sound. Give me a second. I'll make it happen. Oh man. Give me just a minute so I can make sure I get this right. There. That now you should have sound. I wasn't sure about that. So I got sound now. Hopefully. It's not echoing in my head. Mm, bet it is. So you have echo. Graphics are really good. Mm. See, I'm also testing this out. See if I can get it make it work. Give me a minute. All right, that's off. Why is it showing up there? I know why. If I can mute that, mute that, mute that, mute that, and that, and that, and that. Nope. I will figure this out. No echo? Well, I have it. Oof, it's bad. Let me try something here. Audio, wavelength, stream. Hmm. So it should be right there. Test. That's why. All right. And should be able to settings. 2. See, it should be showing up on in one place. So weird. Try this. Now, do you have echo? Test. Nope, it's not doing it there. Try stream again. XLR. Right there. Nope. Test. See. Test. Yeah. Yeah, no echo for you, but I have it for me. Let me see. Properties. I know why. Default. Nope. Monitor off. Nope. Now you have echo. Ha. Test. Nope. Monitor off. Hmm. Yeah, I'm trying this out. Hopefully I can get it right. Where do I need to turn that off? Sample right, sample right. I'll get this. Damn it. Why is it doing that? I think. See, I've got an echo, but you guys don't. See, this is why I wanted to do this. Disable this audio decking for it's off. Ah. Let's disable that. And audio monitoring device. And we'll put it on this. Test. Nope. default. Test. Nope. And are you able to hear? I guess you are. Frustrating to me. I'll have to get this right. Audio input capture. Let me turn this off. Hide it. Nope. Delete it. Delete. Nope. I still have it. Just have this damn echo. Hey, Tinkle Tits. We're happy to see you're better. Yeah, gonna be lurking, dying from heat. 96 in your house. Ooh. What's up, Debbie Webb? Can hear you, but that's all. Yeah, I know there's no echo, but I've got one. Let's see if I can get this thing figured out. See, auto. I'll get it figured out. It's so weird. Why am I not hearing it? Settings. I think I know why. Mute. No, that didn't do it. Add audio. Something's going on. I will figure this. Application audio management. Does it give me a hard time? General. No. Close. So you should be able to hear the audio here. So you got audio for that, right? OBS plugins. Yeah, it's feeding back in my ear. So I get this echo. You guys don't hear it, but I do. No audio from that. Huh. Audio source. Audio output capture. And source. Test. Monitor only. Monitor off. Okay. See, now I get it. I'll mute that. Nope. Let's see. What do I have on here? If I mute. That one? That took care of it. Okay. Hopefully you guys can hear me now. You hear me? No echo. Good. I figured out where my echo was coming from. I turned that off. Play another clip. All right, give me a second. So nothing, no audio. I think no clip audio. All right, let me do this. Audio. So this should be microphone, Elgato, wavelength stream. There it is. Stream. Let me test that. Settings, audio. Test 1, 2. Okay, you've got audio there. Let's try this. Did that give you audio? I'll guess I'll know here in a second. That should have given you some audio. We hear me, but not the clips. All right. Let me try something here. This one here. That one, that one. I know why. I know why. Let's see. Let me see if I can figure out which one it is. OBS is going to be in here. That one's not it. I will get this figured out because I need to have it in there for it to work, or else you guys won't get any audio at all for the whole game. And that won't cut it. Let me see here. Go into audio mixer. See if we can get that working. Output device, system sounds, blah, 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 blah. So, wavelength. Link is not that one, not that one. System sounds. So that's it there. Why is it not syncing up with OBS? Why is OBS not showing? Ah, there it is. There it is. Output device. And that should be for stream. System. Probably do an aux 1. Let's see. Headphones. System. Headphones. Voice. Headphones. aux 2. Browser. Game. SFX. And output device. What do I put in as input device? Yep, there it is. All right. Let me see if we get that, and I'll know here in a second if it's working. Nope, no audio there. Let's see, that one's not going to work. Input, output, and what default. And we're going to change this to aux 1. Output device. Output device, aux 1. And then I can change this. I think I know what it is. Test, test. All right. Let me try this. So you should have got something there for that one. That one should have given you some audio. And this is default. Okay. Nope, no audio. That should have given you audio. That's really weird. Additional output. No, that's not it. Let me check my settings here on this one. I'll get this damn thing down. This is why I wanted to do this earlier. Get this right. So this should show up in default mic in, wavelength monitor. It's monitor. Right there. Test 1, 2. All right. Now you should have that. And let's test this again. I'm going to figure this damn thing out. I'm going to make it happen. People are jumping from balcony into a pool, doing flips, and so mad. The house is $600 a night. Oh, geez. Next to Airbnb, they're being super annoying. Nothing. What's it supposed to sound like? It's supposed to, you're actually supposed to hear something here, and I can tell that it's not playing. Like, I don't know what I messed up here. You'll probably see this loop for a few times until I can figure out how to get this damn thing working. Something's missing. Something's missing here. I've got that working. System set up there. And it should be working, but for whatever reason the plugin isn't. Huh. So that tells me if I start playing a game that it's going to go wonky on me. Default. Disabled. Alright, I should still have audio. I shared your Venezuelan stream with the Popcorn Planet mods. Awesome. Very cool. Those guys are pretty awesome. Auxiliary. Why is it not doing what it should? Output. Audio track, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to get this damn thing happening. Nope. General. There's got to be something I'm missing here. What did I screw up on this? I know where it is. I just have to find it because it's not showing up in the, like if I do the game portion of it. So I see that my audio capture is working and my video capture device is working. Game capture. But to get it into StreamYard, I'm having a problem. GPU has nothing to do with it. It's trying to get the audio properly working in there. So let me see, default mic in. That right there is what needs to be happening. Should be showing for wavelength stream is where it should be at. That should be my output. So wavelength stream should be my output. Shouldn't have any sort of echo. Echo. Nope. No echo there. And then, but it's not showing up on the stream for whatever reason. The system, where is it? It should be showing up here. I know why. Let me try this. So I've got that going into there. Streamlabs is going into that. And we're going to change this to system stream. That should work. System should be getting something, but it's not. Let me see what exactly you're hearing. I'm going to mute this. So that's weird. That's not working either. System. You might cut out fans. No, it's not NVIDIA. It's something else. So let me try something real quick. I figured that was what was going to happen. It's not showing up in my audio for whatever reason. Audio is not coming in like it should. It should be showing up in my stream, but it's not even showing up. What did I miss? I know there's something I'm missing here. Let me try this. One more thing. Input device. Ah, I know what we can do. Test 1, 2. All right. So now that I have that, that should be showing up here. But it's not showing up in that either. Weird. And then that should be showing up there, but that's not showing up there. Ah, there's OBS. S64. Let's try system and put device. That one. Test 1, 2. Why is it not working like it should? It's there. System. Streamlabs desktop should be my. Should be working, but it's not. This is screwy. Well, let me give this a try one more time. I can see it over here if it starts working. Nope, that's not working either. But I think, no, because that's not going to work either. If you're not getting any audio like you're supposed to, well, it looks like we're going to play some different games tonight. He's going to ban the word weird from Twitter. The word weird from Twitter. Well, that would be hilarious if he did that. Got to write this stuff down. I know my mic sounds great. It's the other stuff. It's the other stuff that's not working like it's supposed to. So what I've got is this screwy thing happening where my audio is not liking me whatsoever. It should show the actual screen. Yeah, because if I do my my game, you won't be able to hear anything. For whatever reason, it's not working in the StreamYard. The audio should be showing up, and it's not. See if I put that there. Yeah, I get that. But it doesn't output onto the game. So if I pull up a game, you're not going to see any sort of game whatsoever. I mean, I can pull up the game, but you won't get any audio out of it. And let's see. No capture, audio capture. Application audio capture, maybe. Okay. Let's see, add source. Add source would be source settings from wavelength. No, that won't work either because it's just not routing to it. So my mic here is taking over that. I don't want to delete that one. Delete that. All right. So I should have in my settings, whenever I open up wavelength, Let me try something here. Let's bring this up here. And nope. Okay, stop. Why is it? Oh, that's why. See, it's not showing system sounds, nothing. Like it should be coming into the system. Browser, system, SFX. No, none of those are working. OBS should communicate with it, but it's not communicating. Wavelink, output device. Let's try system. Test 1, 2. Yeah, that's not working either. Like it's not doing what it should do. System sounds, wavelength stream, output device. I think I know what it might be. You may lose sound here for a second. But device is going to go to auto headphones, XLR output device, going to wavelength system. There we go. Should I change it to stream? Wavelength stream. Wavelength system. And then change this to test. No. Wavelength stream. And it's still not showing up there. Like you should be getting better sound than what you're getting. As if I open up a browser, anything like that, you should be getting sound that comes through there. Yeah, no audio. It's so weird. Well, reboot. Yeah, I might just have to reboot. And then it'll screw everything up. But I don't think the reboot's going to fix what the problem is. Yeah, I don't think that's going to fix the issue. I think that's going to be pretty basic of what it's doing. Because it's not routing to where it needs to go. See, that should be feeding out to everything, but it's not. But that's okay. Because guess what we'll do? We're going to play a different game. We're going to change the camera here. I was going to do some Red Dead Redemption, but it looks like crap outside of this, and you guys wouldn't even be able to hear it. Sorry, someone was spamming prawn to you on Twitter. I had to block that. I thought you were a professional. Yeah, professional dumbass. Yeah, I was planning on doing some gaming, but it is not syncing up. It is acting funky, really funky. So what I'm going to do here is I'm gonna exit out of this real quick. I'll be right back. Give me just a second. I'll give you guys a little bit of music here to tie you over for just a little bit. I'll give you a little coffee break. How's that?
Sandy shores, get a tan, Rambo the orangutan. Driving a golf cart, oh man, Rambo is half crazy, yes he can. Well, that SOB's a sight to F and see. Oh, Rambo's rolling, as the sun he's free at last. While Shizzy has his coffee, these two are having an effing blast. Oh, Rambo's rolling, as the sun he's free at last. While Shizzy has his coffee, these two are having an effing blast. Shizzy on the tunes, coffee in hand. Rambo is a loon, and Shizzy is, well, that is too dirty to say here.
don't know what happened. It's screwy as all get out. I had it set up earlier and it just does not like me. You gotta write this stuff down. Did you see Elon? He's gonna ban the weird stuff. Reboot? Nah, rebooting isn't gonna fix it. A Volstorm. You hear that clip, but that's StreamYard. Yeah, that's StreamYard. That's completely different. Enable desktop audio and OBS. Yeah. Shizzy imploded. Yeah, it happens. I don't stress this kind of stuff. Well, you know, maybe we'll just we'll change this whole stream. Give me a second. I'm gonna stop what I was doing over on my gaming channel, and yeah, I'm just gonna end that over there. We're gonna remove that, and there we go. Remove that there. So it's not over there on the gaming channel for that's gone. That is gone. Remove that one off of there. It's Twitter says hi too. Shizzy imploded. No, I just messed up. Yeah, enable desktop audio and OBS. No, that's not the problem because I had the desktop audio. It's something else. I'll have to go back and fix it. This is what happens whenever you decide you're not going to do something in the middle of the night. You're just like, oh, I'm not going to do that. And well, it goes to shit for you. Let me make sure my audio is happening like it's supposed to. Change that to the regular. There we go. Maybe that one. Or is it this one? Yeah, I think that's the one I need right there. No, that one's completely wrong. That should work. There we go. Hopefully all the sound is working like it should. Eek. Eek, eek, eek. But in the meantime, we can have a little bit of fun. Hey, Twitter. How you doing, Ghostry? Good to see you over there. It is pretty cool. Yeah. I was looking forward to just gaming a little bit, hanging out with you guys, and just walk my pony around. But well, if it isn't working, you guys don't get to enjoy it. Then what fun is it? Oh man, let me go ahead and change the thing. What we'll do is we're gonna change the settings on this here. Edit those to let's watch some Sov Cits. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Sov Cit. There we go. Just as fun. We'll just do some Sov Cits. How's that? So what do you want? What kind of Sov Cits do you want? You want some old fuzzies? That'll be a good one. That'll be a good one. Let's get that one in there. Let's do show more. Got some histories here. We've got. Pretty sure I had one in here that I was going to watch the other day. Ended up not watching it because it was. Nope. See. It's not it. It's not it. It's not it. That one was a good one, but we're not watching that. Let's see if we got any right here. Oh, that was like 3 weeks ago. 4 weeks ago. I know there's going to be one here somewhere. There we go. Let's see. This will be a good one.
But there's no.
All right. Why do I not have any audio? I think I changed the settings somewhere, but now I don't have any audio for things. Let me see. Google Chrome. Input device will be default. Yeah. Input device default. Now, if this doesn't work, I'm going to be really mad. Okay, that one works. And see if you guys can hear this. Nope, you shouldn't be able to hear any of that. Good. Good, good. All right. You heard the audio for a second? That's your screen. Let's see. Share that. And we'll zoom out. We'll zoom in on this thing right here. Give me a second to make sure my settings, audio should just be my mic in. Yeah, with the stream. Yeah, this should be it. It should be the only thing you see.
Becomes a question, but to say I was overly concerned about that, here's what I have,
so that
counsel.
Should be working. That
I
should be
have
properly.
His phone at the scene where this body is.
This is case number 24F3-0955. The people of the state of Michigan versus Farid George Hayar.
Oh, we got him covered.
Am I pronouncing your last name correctly, sir?
Hajar, yes, sir.
Hajar. Okay.
Your Honor, good afternoon. Ryan Murad, P83665.
Yes, Your Honor, Jessica Blanche on behalf of the people.
Counsel, how do you wish to proceed?
Your Honor, with regard to the arraignment, we waive formal reading.
Jessica,
Mr. Hajar
Blanche is a
stands
little haughty there.
All right, so ordered. Now, Ms. Blanche, I'd like to hear from you on this one. I've read the bond recommendation, and I'm kind of interested.
Yeah, Judge Simpson is awesome.
In what you have to say here.
Sure, Your Honor, we're asking for a $10 million bond in this case. We're asking for a home confinement tether on release. The victim was found deceased in Northfield Township. Defendant took her body from Dearborn and dumped it in that township. Not only did he not report her death, but while family and friends were reaching out to find out what happened, he gave them misinformation. And the body wasn't discovered for about a week after he dumped it in Northfield Township. This is an ongoing homicide investigation. There's serious concerns for the community. The defendant frequently travels outside the United States. We're asking that he does not travel outside of Michigan or the United States. We're asking for him to tender over his passport. I think it's already in police custody, but we'd like to keep it while the pending of this case is in place. We're asking for all standard bond conditions, drug testing if he is released to home confinement tether. And I believe that's it, Judge. Thank you so much.
He doesn't look a bit
All right,
concerned.
thank you.
Notice
Mr.
that?
Murad, what do you have to say?
Judge, a whole lot. I'd like to tell you that Mr. Hajar is a 57-year-old resident here in the state of Michigan. He's a single father of 2 children. They all reside with him,
not hungry.
Along with his 87-year-old mother that is literally under his care. When visiting his house, I met with his mother, his sister, her husband, and his children. He has a plethora of family support on this particular matter.
I bet he does.
Additionally, I'd advise
Except for the one that he tried to dump her
years
body.
of employment at the same job where he's the IT director for. He has absolutely no prior criminal convictions other than an operating while intoxicated offense, no assaultive criminal convictions, no capious history whatsoever that I'm aware of. I believe he's a model citizen, Judge. He's earned his PhD from Wayne State University. He's also earned his master's degree from Lawrence Tech, and he's also the president
model citizen
professional. Again, there's no capious history. He has a whole community supporting him in these allegations. And Your Honor, when I go through MCR 6.106 Section F, I think between A and I, every single one of those factors points to a personal recognizance bond for my client. Now, I understand that these charges are serious. And I think that in order to issue a cash bond here, the court's required to determine that a non-cash means won't be sufficient. And I can tell
know what I have to determine. Counsel, I know what I have to determine. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. I would only add here.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I would only add here that my client has retained counsel and will surrender his passport. We have no objection to any GPS monitoring device, but I would ask the court for a reasonable bond in this particular matter. And he's not been charged with homicide, and it's been over 70 and a half hours since his arrest.
All right.
Jeez.
Ms. Blanche, your reason for the very high bond request was that the defendant poses a danger to the community. Can you explain that? I mean, is there some indication here that he's involved in the death? Because what the complaint says is he disposed of a dead body and perhaps chopped up a dead body.
Well, the last time the victim is seen in this case is entering his home. She never left his home. And then you see him driving to our community where the body is dumped. Has his car is seen on video. His phone location is where the dump site is. And then after that, we discover her body. So the fact that she's last seen going in his house, she never comes out of his house, then he misleads police, family. During all of this, yes, Your Honor, there's huge concern here for what happened.
All right, thank you. Mr. Murad, anything else?
Whoa.
No, Judge, I think we've laid it all on the record.
All right.
Just no objection to tether.
Sure.
All right. Bond is set at $2 million cash or surety. The defendant, in the event that he posts bond, is to give up his passport.
Bond, $2 million
may not
cash
leave the
or
state.
surety.
And in the event that he is able to post bond at the $2 million cash or surety level, he is to be confined to his home with a home confinement tether.
Wow.
The probable cause conference in this matter is set for July 25th at 9:00 in the morning. Does that work for you, counsel?
I'll make it work regardless, Judge.
All right. Okay. Thank you. Anything further?
If I may.
All right. Thank you both.
Judge, I'm sorry, if I may.
Hang on for 1 second. Mr. Murad, did you want to add something?
Yes, please. Can you hear me?
I'm
Your Honor?
sorry. Yeah, it's like sitting in a barrel in here with the noise. So go ahead.
Sorry, Judge. I would just only ask the court to consider reduction of what it's already ordered, only because I don't see that anything has been placed on the record that my client is a flight risk, won't appear, or has had any violent history. The court rule is clear on this, Judge. I'd ask for a reduction.
That's why I asked Ms. Blanche, and she satisfied me that there is a potential danger to the community.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You may be seated. And I'm just going to give an admonishment. I'm not making any accusations or anything. There are a number of people in the courtroom. Any outburst, anything will not be tolerated. Will be removed. If you keep giving me problems, you'll be taken into custody. And there'll be no questions asked. I hope everybody is understanding.
I think everybody understands.
Court does call the case of the people versus Fareed. Is it Hajar?
Good afternoon, Your Honor. The court please Mark Krieger on behalf of Mr. Hajar.
And Ryan Murad, PA 3665 on behalf of Mr. Hajar, stands present to my right. Sir, please introduce yourself to this honorable court.
My name is Fareed Hajar.
All right.
I would give my P number, but I don't want anyone knowing how old I am.
They didn't have them then, did they, sir? No.
Got storms rolling in.
Everybody knew each other.
My partner, he started when there was no P number.
Got it. All right. This is your motion. He can have a seat.
Thank you, sir. I have filed a brief, but I have some supplemental information. Your Honor, I understand, and I did listen to the bond hearing, that there is an active homicide investigation going on. I spoke to Mr. Surma at the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office, who is overseeing that investigation. And I've spoken to Ms. Blanche, and she agrees. Here were the representations. The cause of death has not been determined. The investigation is open. There is no timetable as to when that will be completed. And it's not even clear at this stage that there is a homicide associated with the body that was found. I indicated that he is a longstanding member of the community. He has lived in this country for over 40 years.
Oh, all scared.
Yeah, over 40 years. He served in the military and the Marines, and I have a picture, Your Honor, that verifies his service in Marines at Desert Storm. To say that he has community support is a gross understatement. Present, I'll just give a number of people who would vouch for his credibility, for his desire to appear at all of the cases to defend himself on these charges. First is Oscar Garza. Would you stand up, Mr. Garza? Mr. Garza is a retired Detroit police officer. He was a sergeant in the K-9 unit. He has known
that matters.
Mr. Hajar for approximately 40 years, has known him since high school. He has never known him to be violent. He has one prior misdemeanor from 2012. That's a DWI, which he received probation
Family,
and
kids,
successfully
employers,
completed
etc.
probation.
Good.
I don't know if the court had an opportunity. I did give the court the URL for the Zoom hearing on all that.
I review all of them whenever I have a motion, so I'd seen it.
Okay, so all he said was he has, quote, the potential for violence. Outside of this offense, there's no history of violence. If he's charged with murder down the road, which certainly is an open question. So, when you're charged, you're presumed to be innocent. You would assume even more so when you're not charged. And that bond can be appropriate. Judge, I'm not asking here for a personal bond, although quite frankly, under the court rules, I don't think a personal bond would be out of order. I'm asking for $100,000 10% bond with a GPS tether. He can only go to work, to medical appointments, and religious services. I think that is an absolutely reasonable bond. There's no history of flight. If the court has questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
In terms of the coordination, because this stretches over 2 counties, and you indicated that you talked to somebody from Wayne County.
Correct.
And maybe Ms. Blanche will answer this. So I was holding off in terms of the question. In terms of the murder investigation, as well as the potential charges, who would have those?
It would be our jurisdiction. So I don't know why Wayne County would say that it's their jurisdiction, because we actually sat down and had a briefing with Wayne County Prosecutor's Office, Dearborn Police, Northfield. They were present. The body is located in our jurisdiction. So if we can't prove exactly where, let's say it comes back as strangulation or something that happened on a highway, the jurisdiction would be where the body is.
So right
now, correct. We have jurisdiction. If we can declare homicide, it is going to be in our jurisdiction right now. But obviously we are not there yet, but this is an ongoing active investigation.
And that just so that you know, and I sorry to interrupt you there, but that's why when you said about Wayne County, I was curious, because it would seem to me that, at least from the sketchy facts that I know, that it would be here unless there was something else.
May I, Your Honor, and
yes.
I can expand upon that a little bit. We've spoken, and I think she would agree with what I'm about to represent to the court. Wayne County is also involved in the case because they don't know where she died. And we don't know whether it's a homicide. But I spoke to Ms. Blanche, and she agrees that it's an open investigation. No charge has been brought. There's no timetable, and they have not even, at this point, determined that homicide is the cause or the manner of death. To hold this man on a $2 million cash or surety bond without even know whether it's a homicide and under what circumstances, I think is antithetical to everything that this country stands for, that someone's presumed innocent. He has not been charged. If he's charged, then whether it be in Wayne or Washtenaw County, then the court can set a bond that it believes appropriate for a murder, depending on whether the proof is evident or the presumption, great. But the $2 million cash bond on offenses that theoretically the guidelines are 0 to 17 at best, and like I said, at worst 19 to 38 seems to me to be a violation of the 8th Amendment and the Michigan Constitution. If the court has questions, I'd be more than happy to answer, but I don't think I've made any representations today that Ms. Blanche would disagree with in terms of the homicide investigation.
Well, besides, I didn't want to get into the autopsy or what has been conducted so far, because it isn't relevant to the charges yet, correct? Right. But the fact that he's making these representations in court, the medical examiners are medical examiner in our jurisdiction, and she did say that the circumstances are consistent with homicidal violence. That is, last time I talked to her, she's still waiting for the toxicology. It's pending. We won't know cause and manner until after that is done, and she wants to, hold off on drafting the autopsy protocol. But that is all we have right now in terms of whether or not this is a homicide. Obviously, it's still being investigated, but I'd like to speak just now based on the charges when I can on why I would like the bond to continue as it is.
And if, Your Honor, homicide charges are brought, I will make sure he surrenders himself.
Yeah, but counsel, if I were to have that preliminary finding, and I realize it's not a finding, but that this is consistent with homicide, then I have what was, at least from the documents filed by the parties, that there is some connection there. Why wouldn't I take that into account? I mean, what would be inappropriate, I guess, with the court taking that into account?
What I think would be inappropriate is that he hasn't been charged and he's presumed to be innocent. But let's assume that you can't
someone
take it.
known as an international traveler accused of murder. Yeah, that's
cash or surety
completely right,
bond is
Tinkle
still
Toes.
excessive. I mean, I'm not, like I said, I'm not asking for a personal bond. I'm not asking him.
Yeah, but counsel, what I'm getting at is you're indicating to me that there's no determination that it's a homicide.
I was not aware that there was a preliminary finding.
Right. I understand. I'm not saying that you're trying to misrepresent anything to the court. That by no means am I saying that. What I'm indicating, though, is that you want me to take into account sort of the absence of something where there's something going on and I now have something else, but you don't want me to take that into account. And I don't know that courts operate that way.
Okay. So let's take that into account. Then I think a $500,000 10% bond would be reasonable, but a $2 million cash or surety bond, it's no bond at all. And even on a homicide, bond may be denied. There's a recent Supreme Court case, bond may be denied where the proof is evident of the presumption great, but does not necessarily have to be denied. You can get a bond on a murder case where the proof is evident and the presumption great. It's permissive as to whether you remand somebody. But on the charges that he's facing now, he's entitled by the Constitution, both of Michigan and the United States, to a reasonable bond. And for a case.
So I'm hearing you, but I'm just saying the idea of what's going to be a reasonable bond is in a lot of ways also, you certainly laid out the factors in your brief, but it's also the circumstances and sort of context that I'm operating in as to what the reasonableness of that bond is. Okay. I mean, certainly that has to be taken into account. This becomes a different type of case in certain respects because there is this ongoing piece of it.
If the court does not feel my suggestion of $100,000 10% bond is reasonable, then the court can set some other bond, but $2 million cash or surety, no 10%, I just think is far excessive given that what he's facing now carries under the guidelines, in worst case scenario, 19 to 38 months.
Okay. And I'll certainly let Ms. Blunt argue, but one of the things that I'm to understand is that there is. So
hey, Emil's girl, how's it going?
Things. One, that there may have been misrepresentations as to the knowledge of the individual to the police by the defendant.
That's been an accusation. I have not seen any discovery yet, so I can't speak to that. I've been told that there was a false exculpatory statement made. I'm aware of it.
Correct. And also phone tracking data. So, and my point to that is this, and I don't know how much of the discovery you've seen, what you've seen, or
none.
Not. If you're telling me you haven't seen any, then I don't know what I necessarily do with that. But as I'm to gather from this, were this a circumstance of he knew the person or saw the person, saw with the person, nothing else sort of connects them there, and then the person a week later is found dead, I certainly get your point. I don't think
he hasn't
that's
seen
what
any
I
discovery. He's asking for $100K bond. Yeah.
Which places this,
is
at
really
least for
good.
me, in a different posture. Because I'll certainly let Ms. Blanche give the argument and the information to the court on that. But from what I gather here, I have, I think, his phone in the township, in Northfield Township. So he's sort of tracked to where the body is.
That's my understanding.
And also, well, right, but then also that there is video where the defendant is in the presence of the decedent in this case.
So pretty damning.
It certainly, I'm not operating in the vacuum you like for me to operate in, because I think I've got something wholly different here. Now, there may be other
lawyers getting effed on this
explanations for it. Ultimately,
that's what the judge is telling me.
I'm not making that type of finding, but I can't leave that out and just ignore it either.
Okay. I get that, Your Honor. That's why I'm saying if the court doesn't feel $100,000 10% is a reasonable bond, then the court has a variety about the $500,000 10% bond, $1 million 10% bond, but a $2 million cash or surety bond is no bond at all.
Your Honor, I would just argue that the fact that the court's relying on what's been
with,
placed on the record, I still don't think is a nexus with a homicide charge. I think with count 1 and count 2, that's what the court's laying on the record here, is that if someone was allegedly found in a certain area, but there's been nothing placed on the record that tells us there's a certain dispute or certain violent tendency, certain behavior that my client is responsible for this. That has not been laid on the record. What's been laid on the record here is supporting evidence for count 1 and count 2 of this charge, not of any unrelated charge. There's been nothing before us that said that there was some sort of issue.
Counsel, let me just stop you there for a moment, because there's a bit of a problem.
Why?
Because yes, that's what you're dealing with at this point. But I think that goes to then ignore the fact that there is this continuing investigation into a homicide. And then with the information, just the brief information
on the ski slopes,
was presented by the people, that what they're, at least the medical examiner, is seeing is something consistent with a homicide. So, and I'll let you finish your argument, but I want to make sure that you understand how I'm seeing some of this. And that is, if on the surface of it, something is consistent with a homicide, and then I have not just the defendant in the presence of that person, but then I have tracking data that would place him in the township near the body, I'm looking at something totally different. I get what you're saying in terms of the charges, but that becomes problematic, I think, from the court in terms of the setting of the bond and release conditions, because this is something that is fluid. So go ahead.
And also, just to finish off, Judge, I don't see that anything's been placed on the record, despite everything that's been placed on the record, that a GPS tether, any sort of confinement provision with that 100,000 10% would not be sufficient to protect any community. I mean, he's hired attorneys. He's going to be confined to his home. He's going to have to put up money. I mean, we have almost this entire community here behind us. We have his 87-year-old mother who lives with him, who he's caring for. He has his 2 children. I mean, his ex-wife, I've never seen an ex-wife come and support any of my clients, Your Honor, in court. So I think we have the community.
You just don't know the good ex-wives. Go ahead.
My ex-wife came to my,
I don't know.
My ex-wife came to my second wedding.
And just to finish this off, Judge, yes. I'm not sure how many times the court hears this, but I've met with Mr. Hajar. I've met with his lovely family. I really, really think that this is an amazing person. I think he's going to adhere to any of your conditions. I understand that there's a serious situation going on, but as it relates to bond, I don't think that that anything's been placed that tells us he's going to violate a confinement provision or that he won't surrender his passport. He's willing to do all of this, Judge, and we have no problem with him doing this confined to his home and paying at least $10,000. But I'd ask the court to just keep that in consideration when ruling on bond.
Ms. Blanche.
Judge, obviously the victim is deceased in this case. This was called in as a missing person. Her last phone location was at the defendant's house. They went to go question the defendant. He said he doesn't know who this person was. And then they started gathering his coordinates of his phone along with video. And based on the video, the victim's last seen going into his house, she never leaves. His car at, I think it's early in the morning, you see his car lights come on, off, and then you don't see the defendant leave his home until later the day when he tracks up to Northfield Township, and her body is located in the place that his phone coordinates and his car, there's video, different places up in Northfield Township where he's roaming around, and her body is then discovered a week later. So she's last seen going in his home, she never leaves, and then her body is recovered a week later up in Northfield Township. I think there's huge grave concern for the community safety. He's been dishonest with police. He acted like he didn't know her. Then he said, oh wait, yeah, I do know her. She was at my house, but she left earlier in the morning. So there is concern for community safety. And the fact that on the records in place, well, how do we, a GPS tether would be sufficient here? That GPS tether would tether him to the home that this allegedly took place at. The fact that we have a missing person that was last seen in his house. So we have a GPS tether at that house with also, he lives with his mom and his kids, who his mom, I believe, was present at that time. So you have witnesses, possible witnesses that haven't come forward to the police or even been honest in this, and we want to tether him to that house. Judge, I'm sorry, but there's a huge issue and a huge community safety based on misrepresentations by this defendant, and then also the circumstances surrounding this case. So no, I'm asking you to continue the bond, the $2 million bond. I believe it's reasonable under the circumstances. I was asked for a $10 million bond. If this was a homicide, I would ask you to deny bond. But we are asking for a bond. We're not asking you to deny bond. That's not appropriate under the court rules. The $2 million, yes, according to community safety, I believe it is. It is.
Just briefly, Your Honor, if the court thinks he shouldn't reside at his own home, maybe we can make arrangements that he could live with one of his friends.
Jail cell works for me.
A close friend. Right? So there was a Detroit police officer who's known him since high school. I'm not saying, Your Honor, again, I don't want the court to misunderstand my argument. I am not saying that you shouldn't at all take the homicide investigation into consideration. What I am saying is, even if you take it into consideration, he hasn't been charged with it, and a $2 million bond is no bond at all. I mean, if you wanted to go to a bail bondsman, you'd have a $200,000 premium that would be non-refundable. They don't have that kind of money. So again,
okay,
maybe he can raise some money with friends and family. He's obviously got a lot of support, but it ought to be some kind of a reasonable 10% bond. That's all what I'm asking.
But Counsel, you would agree that the reasonableness, I mean, one of the things that you're arguing to the court is that he's not a danger to the community. Correct? I mean, no, go ahead.
I don't think that's not the standard. The standard is, are there reasonable conditions that can assure the safety?
It's a huge factor, Counsel.
It is.
I mean, that's a huge factor.
It's an important factor. There's no question. But the question are there conditions that can be imposed that would mitigate that danger to the community? Nobody can say anybody is never a danger to the community unless, possession of.
Okay, but Counsel, maybe you're not following what I'm saying. What I'm saying is this. If on the one hand, and I just hypothetically place an extreme out there of, I guess the extreme would be, in my mind, what the prosecutors laid out in terms of the woman goes into the house, she never comes out. He is seen leaving. We have his phone then in Northfield Township. We have her phone at his house, so we know that they're at some point together.
Exactly.
That's one extreme. If on the other extreme, I just have, she was at his house.
That's absolutely right.
But at some point she left, her phone is someplace else or goes someplace else. And then something may have intervened that happened differently. You'd want me to take that into consideration in terms of setting bond, because that would cut against him being a danger.
I don't want the court to think that I don't think that danger to the community is not a relevant factor. hear the court completely. I've been doing this for 44 years, and I get where the court is coming from.
That's a
My
long
point
time, son.
isn't that danger to the community shouldn't be considered. My point is that the bond that is set is unreasonable.
Yep.
And you can consider in determining what the appropriate bond is. It doesn't need to be a $2 million cash or surety bond.
Maybe you
A $2 million 10%.
maybe
bond.
you agree or disagree with this, but the reasonableness, especially if I were just using the one factor of danger to the community, the reasonableness of that bond that I may set is certainly going to be dependent in some way with the risk that I see.
Correct.
Right?
I agree with that.
So it really requires me to sort of analyze what's there and what risk is there. I never forgetting he's presumed to be innocent. I'm not saying that, but just in terms of the risk of what evidence is there. I'm having a difficulty here at this particular moment because I don't want to, I want a full fair hearing for anybody that comes before me. When you indicate to me that you haven't seen the discovery in some of the stuff that's coming out, and I'm not saying anybody's playing any games, I'm not saying any of that. I would just like the full-fledged argument. There may be a reason, if true, and I have no reason to doubt it, that her phone tracks to his house, which may be inconsistent with statements that he's given.
How you
there
doing?
may be some
Good to
reason
see you.
for it. Where I'm at right now, and I understand why you brought the motion when you did, but where I'm at right now is that gets put out there. I don't have anything on the other side of that. And there may be.
True.
And it may be unfair for me to be looking from you if you haven't seen even the preliminary parts of the discovery.
The only thing I know is what I listened to at the arraignment and the bond hearing at the arraignment. But let's assume if let's say this was a murder, which it's not at this stage, and the cause and manner of death have not definitively been determined, I think a $2 million 10% bond would be reasonable. So what I'm saying is the court should not have to punish him and make him pay a premium of $200,000 that is not refundable. So make it a 10% bond, Your Honor.
I don't think this court gets in the business of punishing people with bonds. We just don't.
But again,
but counsel, some people, sometimes the prosecutor thinks maybe the court's being too lenient or letting people go because of the bonds that we've set. Then there's defense attorneys that get all upset with us saying we're trying to punish people by the bonds that were set. I can tell you every judicial officer in this court, and I know certainly for me, I'm looking at a number of different factors. I rely upon counsel to give me all of those factors. I factor in all of the things that you pointed out. Factor in, is this person going to be
like this judge too? Judge Simpson's
Is there
awesome.
a way that I can, given the circumstances of what's going on, safely release this person into the community and the like? I go through that whole analysis.
Can I throw something out to the court that I think?
Can I stop you? Probably not.
You
So
probably,
go ahead.
If you told me no, I would keep my mouth shut. I can tell you that. I've learned. Judge, the difference between a $2 million cash or surety bond and a $2 million 10% bond, the only difference is either way he has to put up $200,000. Either way he has to put up, but one is refundable and one is not. And even the $200,000 10% bond, the court keeps $20,000 of that for administrative costs. So all I'm saying is, Judge,
he's got to be able to cover that.
If you're going to make him
bond.
post $200,000, if he shows up, which is certainly isn't chump change, $200,000, that is a significant bond, and he forfeits it if he violates it in any way. And if the court feels that he should live with his brother, who would ask as a third-party custodian, so be it. But I'm asking, Your Honor, that all I'm saying is, even when you consider the homicide investigation, that a $2 million cash or surety bond is excessive. That's my argument, Your Honor.
Yeah.
And whether...
Well, you just said two things to me, because I'm trying to figure out, and I want to make sure I'm getting your point. I understand you're saying that it's excessive. You're also making the argument, I think, that even if the net dollar amount's the same, that when all said and done,
this judge, well, I mean, he's
somebody, whoever would put that up, would like to get some of it back.
Well, the bail bondsman doesn't get it back.
Oh, I know. I am aware of that.
But also the difference is that he could possibly raise $200,000 with the understanding that he's going to show up. These people trust him. They would loan him the money. But with a bail bondsman, he'll never see it again, and nor will the friends and family.
Even if you consider the cell phone data linking him to the dead body.
He does not have $200,000.
I mean,
I've been doing this for 44 years, shown this kind of support at a bond hearing, ever.
You don't know about the family.
He's got strong ties in the community, served his country honor.
Strong times with his family.
Put his life on the line in Iraq.
Counsel, I'm not disputing any of that.
I know you.
That's what it is. I also realize I have people who may have led great lives, that when one's looking at it, they've led great lives, that all of a sudden something happens. Don't know what, maybe nothing happens, but all of a sudden something's in front of me that something has happened. And at that point, I have to sort of weigh and balance and try to determine what would be appropriate.
He's doing what he's supposed to do.
Person released.
Understood.
If I have someone who, on one hand, met somebody that night, and then somehow or another, through nothing that really connects them, ends up deceased someplace in the field or wherever, that's one thing. If I have someone who, and I'm not saying this is his case, lured somebody into a house and then all of a sudden kills them and then it takes them out and then dumps them into a field, those things on the surface can look the same, but it's a very different risk analysis in terms of what bond I set to then let somebody may be in on it.
That's the worst part.
I understand. Again, I'm not asking for.
I know the point that the prosecutor made was this lady that the body dumpage was there at his house, and his mother was there, and his kids or whatever were there also, and it didn't stop him. She's thinking they may be complicit in this. And that's the screwy part about it, is because if that's true, then all this support that he's getting, all this community could be complicit in this. I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
No, I know, counsel, and I might.
But I think his 57 years should count for something, just as a homicide investigation should.
It does. His service to this country, it counts. The support, everything counts. It's a balancing for me. I appreciate the support that's come. I appreciate all the letters, everything that I've seen. All of those are things for this court to weigh. But there's something going on the other side of the scale too. I can't just take that and say, okay, well, this is it. There's something on the other side of the scale, which the people have pointed out. And the problem, counsel, and this is where I want fairness, is that those things that the people are putting forth, I don't have a I'm not hearing a counter from you. I'm not looking for you to give me your whole case. No, I'm not looking for you to do all of that. All I'm saying is what the people have laid out, quite frankly, is some pretty damning things if those allegations are there. And I'm not hearing an answer. I'm not saying that I won't have an answer, but I'm not hearing an answer. And I think the reason I'm not hearing an answer, or even some suggestion of an answer, is because the discovery hasn't been seen.
my answer wasn't going to be on the merits of the facts of the case. My answer was going to be, the court said, yes, his life does count for something. And
Absolutely.
so if that counts for something, and the homicide investigation also counts for something, which clearly this court believes, and I'm not going to challenge that at this stage. So they both count for something. So they both count for something. There's somewhere in between a $2 million cash or surety bond and a personal bond. Because
that's funny,
that's what family does.
What I would really be arguing in between is what their original request was,
that's the
which
thing
was
about
$10 million and a personal. So I'm not here to just pick a number. I really, that's not what it is for me.
I understand
This is not, setting bond is not a science, it's an art.
Right.
So it's tough to do.
Right. I'm not trying to beat a dead horse, Your Honor. All I'm asking
sounds
is that
like you are.
The $2 million bond, he simply cannot make. So if the court made it 10%, there'd be if he can raise that, then he'd have to raise $200,000.
$200,000.
Which is certainly, as I said, not chump change. It's a significant bond. And I think given that he has not been charged with a homicide, but considering that that's something that is in your calculus, that's a fair and reasonable bond. That's my argument, Judge.
Okay.
And given his long life history that anyone would be proud of up until these charges, that is worth something. And what it's worth, in my estimation, is a reduction of the current bond.
Counsel, let me ask you. Okay. I have her phone tracked to his house.
Correct.
I have his phone tracked to the location of her body.
And
what would you have me do with that? I'm not saying any of that can necessarily be proved.
Just saying.
But what would you have when you're talking about me doing the calculus? What do I do with that?
You
grab a cheeseburger?
That down the road, perhaps there could be homicide charges of some sort, whether it be murder or manslaughter, and that be taken into consideration and is a factor. But there are also other factors that I think can assure conditions or combination of conditions, meaning tether, passport, third-party custodian, that will assure the safety of the community.
I'm wondering whether or not you would agree with that if you saw at least the preliminary discovery.
What, a $2 million bond?
Well,
I would,
with something other than what you placed in your motion. And I don't know, counsel, and I'm not trying to put you on the spot in that. I'm just saying,
if and when he's charged with a homicide, he could be remanded.
But counsel, let's say it's not even the homicide charge. But I have those factors all in the charges what I have now. That's a huge risk.
Anytime someone is released on bond, there is a risk, Judge.
Yes, but counsel, there are different cases.
That's right.
And if I have some woman who has disappeared, who ends up dead, who the phones are at the same places, and then within the course of that investigation, I have someone that you want me to let out to say, trust him that he will do this, and I look at his life, I also have that other part that he's been deceptive throughout the investigation. All of that's got to play in.
Yes, if you want to take that into consideration, I understand that. My argument, Your Honor, is that if there's going to be a $2 million bond, it ought to at least be a 10% bond. And that, I think, is a reasonable bond. I've seen homicide cases, murder cases, that I've done in my 44 years, and I've done nothing but criminal defense my entire career, where I've seen in homicide cases bonds far less than a $2 million 10%, where there's significant evidence. So what I'm saying, Your Honor, is
this judge is very fair.
And what I'm arguing is a bond that one can't make is not reasonable. I don't want to lose credibility.
He's trying to argue a good case.
So I get the message.
He's vigorously defending his client.
It's come through clear that the bond I've requested is not in the card. But I think to have this bond where it's at and just make it a 10% bond where the same $200,000 is posted is reasonable and fair, taking into the facts and his life.
So, counsel, if I set it at $500,000, 10%.
I don't think that's $500,000, Judge.
Oh, I can do math. Yeah, I get it.
That's. Can I speak with the family for a minute, Your Honor?
This is the issue, because he's saying this is not a reasonable bond, but he also in the same breath says it would be reasonable if it wasn't a surety so they could get the money back. So we can bring them, we can provide the money to release him, but we want it back, so that's why it's unreasonable. So he does have access to the funds clearly to be able to actually pay the bond. So in this whole reasonable thing, there's no case law that counsel has applied to this court saying that this bond that's been set by the magistrate was unreasonable from the start. So at this point, Judge, I don't think the magistrate was acting outside its authority unless there's some law that can be provided. But based on the circumstances and the argument, I don't know how you are unreasonable at this point. Now it's just whether or not how we're going to pay for the bond.
Judge, by law is the 8th Amendment to the United States Constitution that buy-in should not be excessive.
I will give you time to talk with the family. I'll take a recess.
Thank you.
Let you know.
All right.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk to the family.
An hour recess.
There's 2 points that I thought of that the first is Ms. Blanchard was kind enough to forward
Ms. Blanche, you mean?
But did I say Ms. Blanche? I'm sorry.
Yeah, you made her like the ex-governor.
The ex-governor. Right.
I don't know. Go ahead.
Anyway, she was kind enough to forward me the email that she got from the medical examiner.
Okay.
And what it says, it does say a skeletal trauma, and it says a skeletal trauma analysis will be performed this month. Toxicology is pending. The circumstances are consistent with homicidal violence, but the body may not give a definitive cause. So it would seem to me, Your Honor, that if there was blunt force trauma, that would have been seen immediately to the skull. And I don't know what she means by the circumstances, but
I think we need your client.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you just broke into argument.
Just a minor detail.
Thinking he probably should be here for this. No, you can go get him, but they'll probably keep you. No, you can't get here.
Again, Ms. Blanche was kind enough to forward me the email she received from the medical examiner, and it says the body may not give a definitive cause. And it says toxicology is pending. I mean, this could have been an overdose. We just don't know. But what to me is important is that the skull she was able to examine, and there's no statement in here that it was the result of any kind of blunt force trauma. The second thing I wanted to make a point of, which I think is really, I thought about this after the court granted us a recess for me to talk to the family. I think on one level, having to borrow money from friends and family is more a guarantee of an appearance than if you paid a bail bondsman, because this is his family, and he'd be letting down his friends and family that are willing to post the bond because they have faith in him. I don't know that I really fully understood, or at least I thought I did. But did the court ask about a $500,000, 10%, or $5 million?
Well, you were making the argument about getting money back and the like, and sort of balancing that against the something to guarantee his presence. And at least in my mind, that's what I was.
That was certainly.
And so that's what I put that out there.
Maybe he gave her some pudding pie.
As you were arguing about the payment of the $200,000.
Anyway, if the court was inclined to raise the bond to something higher than $200,000 with a 10% provision, that would certainly be less onerous than a $200,000 cash bond. The bond I suggested, which the court obviously doesn't agree with, I thought was reasonable, but even at it's going to be difficult. They don't know whether they can post a $500,000 10% bond. They would certainly try. But I think they could post a $2 million
10% of a $500,000 bond was
with that being said,
that they could post a $2 million if it were
it would take some. Pardon?
If it were 10%.
Yes, the family could. They think they could gather enough money from friends and family to post that kind of a bond. And like I said, I think it is more of an assurance if he's indebted to his friends and family than to a bail bond.
That's definitely.
And I, given that they may never be able to tell the cause of death, and certainly I understand where the court's coming from, that this could be a homicide, and if it is, then obviously the bond may change, but it's not there yet. And in this country we are presumed to be innocent. So I think the $200,000
Counsel, believe me,
I know you do.
That is not.
You just are worried about.
It is not lost on the court. That whole concept is not lost on the court. But what also is not lost on the court is the other pieces that are there that aren't necessarily being argued. I understand it hasn't been charged. I also understand that people can't charge a case until they have enough there to charge. But there are.
But I've conceded,
it's the
Judge.
Fluid nature of the information that is causing the court some consternation, because this isn't
some what?
I have an event. We pretty much know everything about that event, and we're done. What I have here is we have an event of some type. We're not even sure what that event necessarily was, but we see some of the manifestations of it. And then there are pieces filling in, like the phones, and those kinds of things that.
I get
Constipation.
Judge,
there you go.
I want you to understand this. When I made this bond suggestion, if it had been in a vacuum and there was no evidence that this could be a homicide, I would have not asked for a $100,000 10% bond. I would have asked for a lower bond. So it wasn't like it was lost on me.
No, I know.
That's why I didn't ask for a personal bond, because I do understand how the court might want to consider that there's an open homicide investigation. But again, my point is not that it's irrelevant, because I don't think it's irrelevant, and I don't think I've ever suggested that it's irrelevant. But what I do think is that it's relevant, but so is the life that he has lived that anybody would be proud of up until this point. And so again, if it's a $2 million 10% bond, the family thinks they could raise that. If the court thinks that a higher bond of a 10% is necessary, obviously we have to defer to the court.
Ms. Blanche, anything else?
I feel like I'd just be belaboring all the points I made before, but
that's what you said.
I am, like I said, concerned with community safety based on the fact she was last seen with him. She's found dead, and he's tracking up to Northfield. That's a huge concern. And even if it came back that she overdosed, he didn't even call. If that was, let's say that was the benefit of the doubt for best case scenario. He didn't call for medical. He did nothing. He dumped her body on the side of a road up in Northfield Township in our jurisdiction.
If he truly did, I mean, that's the thing is, just because the phone tracks does not necessarily mean it was him. That's the thing. I wouldn't touch that town with a 1,000-foot pole. Yeah, Otter Creek. No, Taz wouldn't touch that town with a 1,000-foot pole. 1,000-mile. I understand. Oh my gosh.
So even if that was the case, nothing was done to help this person that was in.
Now, what's to say that this lady just didn't show up and he gave her a ride somewhere, dropped her off, she left, and just moved on? I don't know. I mean,
his supervision at that time that he was with her. So even if that was the benefit of the doubt and that was the argument, that's what comes out, that's still, I mean, the fact that you're lying, making distressed representations to the police, lying to the police, and then this woman's found dead in our community. Honestly, Judge, a $2 million bond is not unreasonable under the circumstances.
I believe we are set for a PCC next week on the 25th. Okay. Here's what I'm going to do. And I'm doing this for a reason.
All this over a bond hearing. Good Lord.
Mainly to inure to the benefit of the defendant in this case. I'm going to, I've heard the argument here. You can supply me whatever other information you want.
This is a lot. Oh my gosh. It's still 100 degrees Fahrenheit outside, 90 degrees Fahrenheit inside. Woof. Nebraska at the moment. Ooh, that sucks. I am so sorry to hear that, man. You know what? We need something to chill it out. How about we get a little bit of humor in here? Huh? How about we have a little bit of fun? That's what I think we're going to do. We're going to have a little bit of fun here. This one's going to be completely different. I think you guys are going to like this. Oh boy. Here we go. This is going to make you laugh. This is only about 15 minutes. We'll come back to this one.
The man in this car fled the scene after he blasted into another car.
You okay? You have your ID with you? Who
Look at
hit
this
you?
Car.
Can you get out of the car? I know, buddy. Let's talk outside the car over here, okay?
Detroit.
Can you exit the car so I can hear you? Turn it off, please. There you go. And come meet me back here.
It was long. This is gonna be funny.
Buddy, I can't even hear you. Can you just meet me back here? What's your first name? Dakota.
His name is Dakota?
Please come over here, okay?
Wow.
No, I'm not going to because somebody hit my car.
And we'll talk about that. Please come out of the car.
Oh, jeez.
This
guy's an
somebody
idiot.
hit my car.
Did you leave?
I'm just saying, I just left the golf course and somebody hit my... No.
Where did that
that's
happen?
not okay.
Sounds drunk.
I'm taking your
That's
keys.
not
Where did
okay.
that happen?
That's not okay.
Where?
I would like to have my keys in
Nope.
my cup holder because that's not
That's
okay
not
for you
happening.
to take my car.
That's not happening. Step out the car, right, Dakota?
No, that's not okay. I'm saying that somebody hit my car
Who are you on
and
the phone
you're
with?
taking my car.
Who are you on the phone with?
I'm on my phone with my mother because that's not okay for you to take my keys out of my car.
I'm sure your mother
it
would
is.
want you to step out of the car right now and be cooperative.
That's not okay because you can ask her right now and she would say that's not
Dude,
okay
airbag.
for you to take my keys out of my car.
Dakota?
Dude, your airbags have gone off in your car. Okay? You know what that means? Whenever you're... you love my laugh. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh, this is... The funny part about this is this guy, okay? Now, if you're sitting with your car off in a parking lot and someone rams your car, the airbags do not engage. Okay? They won't engage. Now, if you've got your car running and someone hits you, your airbags will engage. But that's not the case in this one. Oh, this one's gonna be good. This is gonna be good. I've seen a short bit of this, so it's funny.
Cody, put the officer online, please.
Hi, how are you?
Police.
Hi. My son is saying his car got hit in the
With him in it,
parking lot
driving.
where he was golfing.
Ma'am, the likelihood of that happening is very low. There's heavy front end damage. His airbags went off. We have multiple people saying he rear-ended another car and then left the scene.
No, that's what he's saying. Where is the other car?
The other car got rear-ended and can't move.
Yeah.
He drove several miles before he stopped. So we're going to deal with him, and we'll keep you in the loop.
Okay, I need to know where you're at. I live in Elgin.
Yeah.
I need to come there.
This guy's
We're at
drunk.
Burlington Road and McDonald Road.
Okay, all right.
All right, thanks. Dakota, what really happened, man?
But somebody hit me.
Where?
Where? I was coming just from... If I can give my phone back, I will tell you the address that I just got hit of. Because I'm literally on my way to my brother's because I'm watching his puppies.
What street did they hit you on?
Sir, I can't tell you because I'm on a golf course.
You're on a golf course?
I was on a golf course. You're not looking at the phone because
Dakota, besides the injuries on your hands, are you okay? The fire department's here because your airbags went off.
Here's the thing. I'm upset because you're worried more about where I am, more about where somebody just hit me, where my new car was, and I'm upset.
So is there any reason on video it would look like you struck another car?
I need to speak with a supervisor because right now you're suspecting me?
Absolutely, I'm suspecting you of rear-ending another car.
No, that's not possible.
How is that not possible?
Why that's not possible? Because my car did not just get rear-ended.
Dakota, how much have you had to drink today?
I did not have any.
I can smell it. Where were you playing golf today? Where were you playing golf today?
My GPS, if I can get my GPS at, I will tell you.
Do you remember what town you left?
Ellsburn.
Elburn?
Elburn.
Okay. Do you have your license and insurance with you?
I do have my license. My insurance is on my phone.
Let's start with your license, and then I'll give you back your phone.
Here's the thing. I should not be pulled over right now.
Dakota, please give me your driver's license.
Here's the thing. My car got wrecked by somebody else. And you're telling me that it's my fault for somebody doing something.
You were involved in an accident. I don't want to keep going back and forth with you.
Here's the thing.
I need your driver's license.
You're blaming it on me for somebody for an accident when they do it on me.
You're driving down the road with your airbags.
And yet you're blaming it on me because somebody else wanted to do something else. That's funny how you're blaming it on me.
Where's your driver's license?
My driver's license is in my wallet right now.
Take it out of your wallet and give it to me, please.
Okay, but yet, do you have somebody that's a suspect for me?
Yep. I need your driver's license, though.
Do you have it?
Yes.
No, you don't.
Yeah, we do.
No, you don't.
We got another person that was involved in an accident down the road from where you came.
And may I get that?
Yes,
suspect
we'll give you all that information as soon as we get your driver's license.
Now.
As soon as you give me your driver's license.
No, I need that right now so that way the insurance can know who
we'll get your report.
Contact.
Dakota, I need your driver's license or this is going to go south.
I'm not trying to make it south.
You're making it south when one, you didn't get out of the car when I asked. Two, I've asked you how many times for your driver's license at this point.
Okay, but do I have the insurance for the other person? So
we'll get it. I need your driver's license, Dakota.
Is my mom coming on?
Yeah, they're coming out here. Was it just you today? No one else was in the car?
Like trash.
No, just me. But I need the insurance and the driver license.
Yep. You'll get an accident report.
The other incidents, so that way
we'll get an accident
my insurance knows who is going with.
Are you injured at all?
I'm not injured at all, but I need the other. I need the other insurance, and then I need the other persons who they are contacting with.
Do you want to see the paramedics?
He's drunker than Sarah Boone was the next day.
Just hold tight, Dakota. You can pull up your insurance.
Where you are? No.
We'll be back. We'll be back.
Have fun yet? Yeah. He's getting out.
Perfect. All right, let's go off the side of the road.
No. This is not okay. I asked you for the other person's number and the other person's
we're working on it. That's not something that happens immediately. But Dakota, look at your car. Come here. Look at your car. Your airbags went off, dude. Why didn't you stop where this happened? Come here.
I understand where these are, but my understanding is
he doesn't even see the front of his car yet.
Not stop when
what happened? You're kind of talking in circles ever since I started talking with you.
I'm not talking.
Tell me exactly what happened and where it happened.
No, this is not what happened. My understanding is that I need the other person's insurance and the other person's name in order for me to push this into the insurance company.
This is what it's going to be like with Sarah Boone.
What happened? Describe the accident.
Describe the accident. I slammed down my brakes. This person slammed down the other brakes. This person slammed my other side, as you can see.
Where?
And yet, they left.
Where did this happen?
Because you want to see what happened.
Where?
Okay, you want to describe where, but yet you can't find the other suspect that they're going to right now.
Where?
Arrest him.
Where?
Where did this accident happen?
Okay. As you can tell me, sir, I have my GPS, as I tell you. And from 29 minutes away, I literally left the golf course not even 10 minutes
know
ago.
what road
No,
the accident
she's
happened
not.
on?
Yes, it happened on North Main Street.
Okay, and
That's North Main
what
Street,
road was it by?
Which is literally coming from here. As you can see, it clores up to McDonald's.
Okay. I'll be right back with you. Just try to stay by your car. Keep watching for me. He appears highly intoxicated. All right, just touch base with me a bit.
You think?
All right, thanks, bye.
Yeah, these officers are telling me that I caused an accident when I rear-ended me and wanted to say that it's my fault even though that they damaged my car. And right now they're patrolling me as a suspect that I damaged their car. And I am not happy right now because there's another cop here, there's another cop there, and then there's somebody that pulled me over that are saying that it is my fault. I'm not taking this as accountable because it is not my fault.
Dakota.
Because they're telling me
Who is it? I can talk to them.
No.
Who is it?
Because what you're going to do is you're going to tell them that it is my fault, and I'm not taking accountability.
You need to turn it down.
No, I am really mad right now because you guys are blaming it on me when the suspect is already gone and nowhere near scene.
Right now, we're conducting a traffic crash investigation.
No, you guys are deducting that it is my fault when you guys don't even have a suspect down a half a mile.
Is he gonna get tased?
Will you?
Right now,
Gonna get
Are you
tased?
going to cooperate with us or no?
I am mad.
Are you going to cooperate with us or no?
Am I going to cooperate? First things first, did you catch the cop? Did you catch the person that's down there?
We have the other car.
No, you don't.
Yes, we do.
No, you don't.
100%.
You're lying.
No, I'm not.
Right now, show me the license plate and address so that I can tell my insurance that that's the person that rear-ended me.
Until you bring it down.
You understand that?
You're going to put me in handcuffs?
If you don't stop.
Okay, well then first thing first, I'm going to tell you that you're not going to be able to put me in handcuffs. And then I'm going to fight you with that.
You're not fighting anyone.
First things first,
turn around.
You better not put
We're done
me
with
in
this.
that. No.
We're done.
No.
You are under arrest.
No, they're telling me that I'm under arrest, and I'm not happy with this.
Give me your hands.
Okay, first things first, I'm not happy.
You don't have any choice.
Give me your other hand right now.
They're really under arresting me right now.
They're really
This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous.
Dakota, stop fighting, dude.
Okay, first things first, this is federal officers did not expect this. You guys are rude for doing this.
You want to check this?
No, I'm literally going to I'm literally count you guys as the person who wanted to drag me into the grass for no reason. This is rude. This is not personal rightness, friend. And that's funny.
Just like,
your supervisor
dude's like,
is
man,
talking
get
to
the
my dad
alcohol
for
out
no
of my
reason
face.
because they want to make you guys a better person. That's fucked up. So let me talk to my dad.
Stop squirming, bro.
No, let me talk to my dad because you guys are the one that are about ready to put me in jail for no reason. And that's funny. That's funny that
No, it's
you
not.
guys want to put me in handcuffs, but yet you guys don't even have the suspect for my car. No, I have a right to talk to my dad. I have a right to talk to my dad.
You have safe travels,
I have a
Cynthia.
right to talk to my dad. Where is my
you
dad?
don't.
Where is my dad? Let me talk to my dad because that is my dad. My dad is the federal law right now.
Stop.
Let me talk to my dad. My phone should be right next to my dad because that is my right. Let me talk to my dad. That's f***ed up. Let me talk to my dad. And you guys are pulling my hair for no reason. Let me talk to my dad.
We'll talk to him when we get you over the car.
No, let me talk to my dad right now.
That's not happening.
You guys are literally right next to
Dakota,
the police
come on,
officer.
Just walk.
No, you guys should let me talk to my dad right
God.
now. This is funny. Right now. This is funny.
No, it's
You
not.
guys are f***ing funny.
Stop the legislation.
That is what I should be able to.
Get up.
No. Stand up. Stand up. Stand up. No. You guys are literally doing this to me.
Yeah.
Dude. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Come on. What you're doing.
You good, Murph?
Yeah, good.
Hello, this is Detective Benson with the Sheriff's Office. Is this Dakota's mother? All right, well, I was just following up with you. Dakota is under arrest for DUI and leaving the scene of an accident. What happened was he's saying he was on his way home from golf. He rear-ended another car. His airbags went off. He went into the ditch. He backed out. He drove for probably close to 4 or 5 miles with all of his side airbags off and then pulled over when I found him and issued a traffic stop on him. He's okay. He doesn't want to see the ambulance, but his car is wrecked. No, there's absolutely no damage in the back. He rear-ended another car. He plowed into it. Depending on if he cooperates, which he's not right now, he could get out. They don't accept bond after 10:30 if he doesn't cooperate and stalls the process, like the booking process and the arrest process. He'll have to wait till tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. It's totaled. I'm not an adjuster, but side airbags went off, front airbags went off, heavy front end damage. I would say the insurance company's probably going to total this car. There's damage. There's severe damage to a minivan that he rear-ended, but that's it. Yeah, no problem. Have a good one. Bye. He's not cooperating, but he's already on his way to the jail. He called someone. I think it was his brother or a buddy that he might have been playing with. That person sounded intoxicated and kind of spun him up, and that's when it went sideways for him.
Oh, I know exactly who the that is. Okay, can I ask, do you know what his bond will be? Can I come get him now?
She's gonna cuff him
now. He likely won't be ready. If he cooperates, he likely won't be ready until 9 o'clock. If he's cooperative at the jail, they'll let him call you. They don't want him there, you know. They'll want someone to come pick him up. So if you just give it maybe 30, 40 minutes and see what happens, okay?
Okay, and I have to ask this as a mother to a son. Can I speak to my child?
I'm just not with him right now. I'm still with his car that he crashed. He's already going to the jail, so unfortunately you can't. But within the next hour or so, I can arrange for him to call you. Okay?
Do me a favor. Tell him I said to cooperate, please.
Okay, we will.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Got hammered.
Dakota was charged with driving under the influence of alcohol, resisting, obstructing, and leaving the scene of an accident. He is innocent until proven guilty in a court of law.
Yeah.
Hillsborough State Attorney Susie Lopez to announce the arrest of 3 people in the deadly shooting of Charles Jones,
Pause
also
that real
known
quick.
by his stage name of Julio Fulio.
Oh yeah, that's the arrest made after the after Julio Fulio. Yeah, he went to jail. He went to jail. Oh my god, it's such the worst way too, because he screwed that up. Getting smart with the cops. Like, what were you thinking, bro? What were you thinking? Oh, were you not thinking, son? You don't do that kind of stuff. Oh my god. Some people, man. Some people, you just can't slap the smart out of them. Or into the case may be. Oh my god. I got another one. This one's a pretty good one. This one's how to get your whole family arrested. This is going to be interesting. Oh my gosh. Here we go. How to get your whole family arrested.
Going 73 and 55.
Any kind of drugs or alcohol or anything in the car?
No. Can I help you with something?
It's my son.
Okay, do you have the insurance?
I don't have it on me right now. How fast can you go?
Going 73 and a 55. And it smells like weed in the car. You know he smokes weed?
It doesn't everybody. I don't know about it. So there's stuff in his car is what you're telling me?
Well, that's what it looks like.
You're going to get him out and look through the car?
I'm going to search the vehicle. Hop out for me, bud.
Don't get out of the car. Don't get out of the car.
Hop out of the car.
Do not get out of the car.
Why? Get out of the car.
Get out of the car.
Because it smells like weed in the car and they're shaking the car. Step back here. I'm going to take a look through the car. Do you have anything in there besides a little bit of weed or anything? If you don't move, you are going to get arrested too, ma'am. If you don't move, you need to leave my stop now. You need to leave my stop.
Pull me over for speeding.
Yeah,
You need to leave my stop now.
You can arrest
Get back in your car and leave. I'm telling you right now.
I will be here with my. He's pulling.
That's right.
He is pushing.
You're under arrest.
Get on video.
Nope, you're under arrest. You're under arrest.
Get up.
Get on the ground.
Are you kidding me?
Nope, I'm not kidding you. I told you to stop.
Get it on video, Bryce. Get on video. Are you kidding me right now? Get off of me. Are you kidding me?
Stop.
Nothing for nothing. What you do?
Off. What are you doing?
What you do?
Get on video now.
What you do?
I did nothing.
What you do?
Get it on video.
What you do?
Are you kidding me?
What you do?
I did nothing. I stopped for my 17-year-old.
Stand up.
Get off. Get off.
You want to go to jail too?
Oh, Jesus.
My hands off. Get off of us. Who are
Turn
you?
around.
What is wrong with
My
you?
hands are up. I haven't done anything.
I told you.
Put your hands up. Put your hands
You're
up.
under arrest.
Help. Help.
Stop. I told you to stop.
Hands off. What the did you do?
If you don't get out of my face,
What?
you're going to get tased.
What am I doing?
Stop.
What am I
Oh, my
doing?
God.
Oh, my God.
You're going to get tased.
I'm calling up police.
Brian,
I already have them on the way, bud.
get off.
Stop. I told you. I've told you.
Give me your mother. Give me. I'll record
You are under arrest.
Mother, give me your phone.
Put your hand behind your back. You're under arrest.
For what, mother?
You want to go to jail tonight, too? Stop.
There's a police that illegally arrested my mother for nothing. That she did nothing wrong. There's a
Stop.
There's a sheriff.
Put your other hand behind your back.
My mother for nothing.
Put your other hand behind your back.
On the ground because she came over here.
He is pushing me
Put
down.
I'm a minor and he's
I told you.
abusing her right now.
Leave your hands behind your
I
back.
can't breathe. I can't breathe.
She can't breathe.
Well, you got to keep your hands behind your back.
Keep your hands on your back now. Now.
I can't breathe.
Now. Just listen.
I can't breathe.
Just
You gonna let me put you?
She can't breathe.
Touch me again, you're gonna get tased.
She can't breathe.
You touch me again,
She can't
you're
breathe.
gonna get tased.
She got it. Okay,
I'm telling you right now.
I'm not touching you, am I?
Back up.
No.
I can't breathe.
Back
What
up.
am I doing illegal? What
Back
am I doing
up.
illegal?
can't breathe.
What am I doing illegal? Let her breathe. Officer's not letting my mom breathe right now.
Help me.
Really?
Help, please.
Stop.
Arrest. Hey, put your hand behind
Put
you.
your hand behind your back.
Put your hand behind your back, please. For me, mother.
I'm not gonna tell you again.
What did she do wrong? What did she do wrong, sir? What did she do wrong to be slammed on the ground? Tell me. Tell me, please. Tell me. Hands are
Hands
up.
behind your back.
Hands are up.
Hands behind your back.
Hands are up. Behind my back.
You're going back.
Go, Bryce, go.
Go, Bryce, go.
Get back on the ground.
Sir, why am I being arrested? Get on the ground. What am I? Why am I being
Put your
arrested?
hands behind your
Why am I
back.
being arrested? Tell me. I have every legal right to. For you to tell me why I'm being arrested. Why am I being arrested right now? Why am I being arrested right now? Tell me.
Stop.
Why are you slamming
Down on
me?
your knees. Down on your knees. Get down on your knees and wait. Get down on your knees. Get down.
Somebody record this. Somebody record this. Record it, please. Why am I being arrested right now?
Oh, my God.
Okay, just give me some units.
Ride the leg.
Emma, come here.
Stay
Tase them
down.
both.
Stay back.
Emma, stay here.
Can I get on my knees, sir?
Get on your knees.
I've been trying to.
You're both going to jail tonight.
For
Get on
what?
your knees.
For what?
Get on your knees.
Tell me why.
Get on your knees.
Why am I being arrested,
Now.
though? Sir.
Now.
Tase them.
Sir,
I'm
why
not
am I-
telling you again.
I'm on my knees.
You're both resisting arrest.
I'm on my knees. What the f-
You made it start
Get on your knees, please.
On your knees and do not move. Stay right there.
Hey, Emma, come here. I need.
Stay right there.
We have it recorded. What he did is ridiculous. It's all going to be all over social media. Just wait.
Yeah, I'm sure he is.
Both are getting in the car. You stay right there.
Does the shocking
You stay on your
conclusion.
knees.
Where's my phone, Bryce?
You gotta stay on your knees.
Yes, sir. I've done it.
Stand up for me. You're getting in the car.
Bryce, where's my phone?
Stand up. You're getting in the car.
Bryce!
I have.
Stand up.
It's right there. It's right there.
Emma, my phone!
You can just go.
Get my
Please.
phone!
Stand up. You're getting in the car.
Hey, check your phone.
Stand up for me.
Emma, try my phone right there. Emma.
Get in the car. I don't know why you don't know how to listen.
Mother, get your phone, please.
You're under arrest.
For what?
You're going to jail tonight.
He is a fucking.
Oh, my God.
Me and me can breathe. He's gonna get in some shit.
Yep.
It's gonna be all over Facebook.
Have a seat, please. You are going to jail tonight. Kick me. Make it a felony.
Quit.
Make it a felony, please.
My mother.
Get your feet in there. Sit down.
Car, mother.
Oh, there's a felony. Good job.
Hey, I'm not doing anything wrong.
Fine.
Why am I being arrested?
You're being arrested for
what?
Disorderly conduct.
For what?
And obstruction, disorderly.
Obstruction to what?
Me.
What did I do to you?
Getting in my face and grabbing.
I did not get in your. I didn't. I touched
Yes,
you once.
did.
I rubbed your shoulder once.
You're going to jail too.
For
just
what?
So you know.
Are you sober right now?
Oh, I'm 100%.
You sure?
Oh,
You don't sound very sober.
Back here.
All right. Hands are. Hey, look. Hands are behind my back. Look at
He needs to go in your car.
I'm doing nothing wrong.
Just for a minute. You people need to move on to that lot up there now.
So what have I done wrong? Besides speeding.
Get in the car.
I know. I am gently.
Get in the car.
You can be polite. You're a bitch.
Move your foot. Jesus Christ.
Oh my God.
Go into that lot now.
Oh my God.
Give me a minute.
He's winning.
Slow down. Jesus Christ.
Oh my God.
Hope you enjoy jail tonight. All right. I gotta catch my breath, dude. Yeah, I'm just out of breath.
Yeah, I got you.
So, I just pulled him up for speed. Looks like he's got weed in the car. Mom pulls up on
Well, it
scene.
was aggressive vowel breaking.
Hey, he's got weed in the car. I'm gonna pull him out.
No,
for his
it's
car.
not. It's the Midwest.
She loses her shit, gets out of the car, starts interfering with my stop. And then I tell her to move on. She won't. Tell her she's under arrest. She says she isn't. And we go from there. Yeah, I'm good. I just gotta catch my breath. Their whole family apparently is up there in that parking lot. I lost my flashlight. I've got their phones around here. They like to play the game. Oh, I should have a flashlight somewhere.
Maybe get in better shape, Skydive.
Yeah, I'm good, man. I just... No.
Okay.
So, I go to stop this car. It's doing 73. So I said, well, I'm going to get him out and I'm going to search the car. Well, she doesn't like that. So she's telling him not to get out. I get him out back here. She comes, start interfering with my stop. I tried to tell her to get back in the car. She wouldn't listen. So I told her she's under arrest. Said she's not under arrest. We wrestle. Took her down a few times. He kept getting in my face, kept trying to grab my arm. So she's definitely going to jail for obstruction, probably disorderly, and she spit on me.
She cuffed.
She is cuffed behind her back.
Okay.
Yeah, the whole time I'm trying to get her cuffed, he's down in my face trying to grab me.
Okay.
I lost my flashlight. Had his ID right here. It's somewhere in the grass. Where the hell's my flashlight? I think is that it. There it is. Yeah, I got my flashlight at least. But their whole family members are all in that parking lot right there. I don't know. They all were stopped, screaming, yelling.
More like it.
Well, he's at least getting a ticket for the speed, and then
There's
I
too
think
few family members in cuffs.
and we'll see if I find
right,
a weed
Will.
in the car. But there's shake and all sorts of stuff in there.
Yeah.
And there's mom. That's mom's car. I think that needs to go to the impound lot.
Mama.
Tell you what, let's get why don't you just
Mama.
take her to jail,
Okay.
and you can get in your sights later. So
I got to figure out, find his license and figure out what his name is. I hadn't done that yet.
okay.
We hadn't gotten to that point.
All right. Well, if we can't find a license, we can't find a license. But
Okay.
we'll get his eye. Ryan and I will ID him.
Okay.
Oh
He'll get
boy.
loose, but I don't want her off the scene.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, sweet. I got his ID, so I'll run it real quick and save it and save the. I don't know if that's hers or not. Sounds good.
I have so many connections, you have no idea what you just said, sir. We have that all on video. It's going on everything.
I have it on video too, ma'am.
That is great.
So
Because you told me I couldn't stay with my 17-year-old son.
You're right.
And then you forced me on the ground.
we're not gonna sit here and argue, ma'am.
Your job is on the fucking line. You don't know my connections. It's going on. It's going down.
Okay.
All right.
I will be, yeah.
That's perfectly fine.
I hope your kids, I hope your wife, I hope they all get because you are a f***er. Karma is a bitch. How dare you treat me and my son that way?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, it's all fun and games to you, isn't it?
Not really. Is your name Jessica?
I dare you to say that. You.
Is that your name?
You.
Okay. Like I said, you're going to jail tonight.
You.
That's fine.
That's right.
Here's his ID.
Good parenting.
So, all right, I'm out of here with her.
All right.
Oh, man.
Is this your phone? Do you want that to go with you or go to your son?
You.
Do you want it to go with you or your All right, well, it'll go with you then.
Motherfucking ass, I'm gonna blow this up on you.
Okay.
Watch, you don't know who you with.
Oh.
First, you left motherfucker. You almost killed me. I'm on the ground telling you I can't breathe, and you still got your knee in my back. I couldn't breathe. Who the do you think you are? You don't even know what you just said. What's your name, fat ass?
My name.
Fat ass? Is that it? That looks about right. With a little fat ass with a little. That sounds right.
I doubt it. Such a classy lady.
Throw me down.
I had to make sure that we're playing the music.
Listen, you're the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be held against you in court of law. Good. Right to have a turn presence during question. You cannot afford one. Want to be appointed to by proper authorities. You understand, Russ? I just told you. There you go. Exercise them now.
The mother was taken to jail on the charges of obstructing and resisting arrest. She is innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. The
Oh my God. I don't like cops who blast gospel music on people like her. I don't blame them. I would have too. Oh, she can afford maybe $1,000. You guys are mad. Oh my, oh my, oh my. she can afford. I'm a biker's wife. I'd never talk to anyone like that. Well. Oh my God. Oh my God. She's an idiot. She can't help it. Oh my God. Oh, this just is, it makes me laugh. The family was not on pot. Oh, I agree. They were on something. I don't know what it was, but they were on to something. Woo! That was rough. That was rough. My Lord Almighty. Thank you guys for making my night good. I'm going to see if I can get this thing figured out, make it work. So maybe I could do gaming later this week. Make sure. Yeah, I had some audio issues. It's OBS and StreamYard are not playing along well. I've had it working before. I don't know what I did wrong. I'll figure it out. It's no biggie. There's just something I needed to do to get it to straighten out, and it's not happening today. It's not happening today. But there's always tomorrow. There's always tomorrow. I'll be doing. I've got something I plan on doing tomorrow. It's just I didn't want to do any politics tonight. There's just too much going on. I got stories for tomorrow. Oh God, do I have stories for tomorrow? And the stuff going on in Venezuela, that's not looking good. So it's disable auto updates for OBS. Yeah, it wouldn't have mattered. It wasn't feeding through to the to StreamYard. This is where the audio needs to pick up. So that's the problem we were having. It'll straighten out. I'll get it fixed. It'll work next time I game. I'll probably do some gaming like later on this week or something. Maybe over the weekend. I mean, that's usually whenever I do any sort of gaming. This was just today was just one of those really long days where I just did not want to talk politics. I wanted to laugh. I wanted to have some fun. I wanted to put a smile on everybody's face. Politics is just bringing me down. There's only so much of it that you can handle before you're just like, this just needs to go away. You need to talk about something more interesting and more enjoyable than what exactly was happening. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump all you fine folks over to go check out the expert here. So that's where I'm going to send you guys to. They've got one question in, so you'll be able to get there pretty easily here shortly. I'll have all of you jumped over there. It's an interesting day. Like I said, just a long day of work, and I needed to laugh. Seeing all of the craziness on the YouTubes today, and just trying to suss it all out. But I'll make it happen. It always does. It always gets better. Always does. It's just another one of those days where, crap went to crap. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to post this up here, paste that. There we go. And you guys are heading over to go see the expert. Go give him some love. Say hi to the White Rabbit for me. Everybody have a good evening, and I will see you very, 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 very soon. All right, peace, y'all.